Hi, I'm Dr. Magnuson. I'm going to be describing how we give insulin injections, and we're using Snuggles today. And so you will have Vetsulin. Vetsulin is an insulin that's used for dogs, and I'm going to be going over how we draw up the insulin. What's important with insulin is that you keep it refrigerated. So it does need to stay in the refrigerator. When you take it out, the bottle looks like this. And you can see in the bottom that there's kind of some white stuff on the bottom, so it's not all in solution. You roll insulin like this to mix it. So you will give it several rolls, probably 15 to 20 rolls, to get the insulin to go back into suspension.
Medical recommendations can change over time. The manufacturer's directions for Vetsulin have been updated since this video was recorded. If your pet uses Vetsulin, shake the vial well until the insulin looks evenly milky. If foam forms, let it settle before drawing up the dose. If you still see white clumps or particles after shaking, do not use the insulin. Different insulin products have different handling instructions, so always follow the directions for the specific insulin your veterinarian prescribed.
So once you have the insulin all mixed, and you can see how that white stuff is no longer on the bottom, now you're ready to go ahead and give your insulin injection and draw up your medication. I'm going to set this over here for now, just so we don't knock it over. You will also have your insulin syringes. This is a little kit that's going to go home with you.
One of the most common mistakes is using the wrong insulin syringe. Not all insulin syringes are the same. Vetsulin is a U40 insulin and should be used with a U40 syringe. Other insulin products may require a U100 syringe. Using the wrong syringe can give the wrong dose of insulin. If you're ever unsure, check with your veterinary team before giving the injection.
These insulin syringes are in the bottom of the kit. You're going to take them out of the package that they come in. It's typically pretty easy to open these. There we go. This is the insulin syringe. This is the cap that goes on the plunger that you'll pull off, and now you have access to the plunger. You can throw that away. This is the cap on the needle. You will take that off when you're ready to draw up your insulin. If you look at the insulin syringe, there are numbers on it, and the numbers coincide with the number of units you will draw up. For Snuggles, we are drawing up 3 units. So as you can see, I'm going to draw it up to there. So we're going to do that right now and get our insulin ready. So we take the cap off. Caps are pretty tight. You can see the insulin needle's fairly small. We take our insulin bottle, we take our insulin needle, and we insert it. We put it upside down, and we draw the insulin into the syringe. And for Snuggles, as I said, we're going to draw it right at that 3 units. We're going to take it out. We put our insulin to the side. Now we're ready to go. It's very important that this insulin needle does not touch anything except go into the patient. If you lay it down and it touches something, it's dirty. You need to get rid of it. And so you want to be ready to give the insulin injection.
Before giving the injection, take one last look. Make sure the insulin is mixed correctly, you're using the right syringe, and you've drawn up the correct dose. Taking a few extra seconds to double check can help prevent mistakes.
The insulin injection is going to go somewhere in between the shoulder blades here for the first injection. And so what you're going to do is you're going to lift the skin a little bit, and there's a little space. If you lift the skin up, there's a space where I call it a tent. You tent the skin, and then there's a little opening to the tent, and we're going to go straight in there. So we go ahead, we place our needle right into the opening of the tent. We can let go, pull back on the plunger, make sure we haven't hit a blood vessel. We have not. And then you go ahead and you give your insulin. As you can see, Snuggles doesn't jump. He's not bothered by it. The needle is so small they barely notice. You want to feel afterwards to make sure that there is no liquid and so that you actually got it into Snuggles. So Snuggles did receive that insulin injection.
Insulin is usually given just under the skin along your pet's back. Your veterinarian will show you the best places to give the injection. Try to use a slightly different spot each time and alternate sides to help keep the skin healthy.
Your insulin injections do need to be 12 hours apart. So today we're giving it at 10 a.m. If we were giving it tonight, we would give it at 10 p.m. After you're done with your needle should not be disposed of in the trash. We're going to put it into this little receptacle here, and then this turns and it goes away and it's stored safely in here so nobody hurts themselves with the needle.
Insulin can be given safely at home, and with a little practice, it quickly becomes part of your daily routine. Always follow the directions for your pet's specific insulin, use the correct syringe, and contact your veterinary team if you ever have questions. We're here to help.